Well, hello guys, I hope we're all doing okay. Today we have got something completely different planned. Mainly because today's video is going to include some actual gardening. So it's that time of year again when I have to hit my garden hard over a couple of days to get it organised, mainly because I'm going to be spending all of my time helping out other people in their gardens. So this is going to be part one of two videos where we're going to be laying slabs, we're going to be pruning, mowing, strimming, sowing, planting, chipping, shredding, and sharing some advice and plant identifications along the way. The biggest drawback of this is you're going to have to listen to my voice quite a bit during this video, and if that's not your cup of tea, I do apologise, but you should feel sorry for me because I have to listen to my voice all of the time. But don't worry, as I say, this is going to be a two-part video, and then I'll be back helping out people with their overgrown gardens and cutting that long grass and doing big garden clearances, which is what most people seem to like watching. But I'm going to get cracking in this garden now, and I'll speak to you throughout the video. Thank you very much for watching, I hope you enjoy it. So just recently I was lucky enough to order some strawberries. I ordered 10 and I got 13, yay for me. These are really simple to grow. I don't know why everybody doesn't grow strawberries in their garden. It's a really simple crop, they're cheap to buy and they're very easy to propagate once you actually have the plants. And all I've done with these is soak them in warm water for about half an hour just to rehydrate these roots, and then spread the roots out, cover them in compost all the way up to the crown of the plant, just making sure you don't cover that, and that's it. And the strawberries you grow at home aren't even comparable with the ones from the supermarket, which are generally expensive and tasteless. So I'll include a link in the description for the ones I got, just in case you live in the UK. If you don't, find a local supplier of strawberries, buy some, get them planted, and they will fruit this year. And the variety I've got are called Everbearer, and they will fruit 3 times during the growing season. That's amazing. Right, the next job on the list is to sort out the greenhouse of doom. This is where I grow all my tomatoes and cucumbers and sometimes some chili peppers, but it pretty much got left last year and this is the result. As you can see, I'm a little bit disorganised and a bit chaotic, but this year that's going to change. But in truth, it's actually my children that do the majority of the growing in this garden, and also the eating of the things they grow. Straight away I've noticed one thing, this nylon line, that is going to go on my list of things to stop using this year and use garden twine instead, that's compostable. You may have noticed quite a lot of mould coming off of these tomatoes. It's getting quite dusty in there, so I'm going to leave it for a little bit and find something else to do until that settles down. And straight away I found something else to do. This cherry tree, although I do like it, is a double and they're not my favourite, and neither is a tree that casts a massive shadow over my greenhouse, so this one's gonna get a little prune. Now, one of the best things you can actually do in your garden is to mulch. Most people know this, and most people know that it can protect your plants, it can lock in moisture, and it can also improve the soil structure. I like doing it because it looks nice as well. So all of these branches are going to get chipped up and used as mulch, and also all of the spent compost that I used to grow my tomatoes last year is also going to get mulched over all of my beds at some point over the next 2 parts of this video. If you have a look at these 2 sections of trellis here, each one has a clematis growing up it. They're 2 different types, and there is one thing to always remember with clematis: if it flowers before June, don't prune. And I'm lucky enough to have one of each here, so one that I will be pruning and the other one I won't be, or at least I'll just be taking off a tiny little bit of dead wood. This thin border that I'm working my way through at the moment, as you can see already, we've got lavender, clematis, we've also got some gladioli. Some of these bulbs have been dug up by something. That one is upside down. We also have plenty of aqualegia and foxgloves that always seem to come back, and they really like this border. There's always something surprising in gardening, and that's why I like it so much. This lavender that I'm pruning here was planted at the same time as the other ones in this small border, and as you can see, this one has grown 10 times better. And it's even muscled out every other plant that was in here, apart from this Aquilegia. You see the seeds in my hand there? I'm just going to throw them in the other border. Now I do remember this plant was purple and yellow, it was absolutely fantastic. These seeds on the other hand are going to be a lucky dip because they've been pollinated, and I haven't got a clue what they're going to be. Well, now that section's done, it's time to just quickly nip back in the greenhouse to see how that mould's getting on, and then I'm going to clear the children's vegetable beds to get that ready for them to grow some more veg this year. They absolutely love it, and I recommend every single parent should do this if you have space in your garden. Not only do they love growing it, mine love eating it just as much. Especially the strawberries, which is why I've dedicated so much of this garden to growing strawberries. Here you can see some carrots that the kids grew last year. They're absolutely delicious, even though a little bit curly. They're going to get washed off and they'll be just as nice as last year. So there's still quite a lot of chard growing in this bed. I'm just going to clean these up just to stop the slugs from getting at them. So if I take off all of the dead and dying leaves from around the plant, this will minimise the amount of slug damage, or it will at least stop attracting the slugs to the plant. And also you see a few little pots lying around. This is where I just do crazy little cuttings every now and again, like lavender. All I did to get this to root was to clip off a section of lavender from a live plant, remove all the lower growing leaves, pop it in some very sandy soil, keep it moist, and that was it. I'm not saying that's the best method, I'm just saying it's a very simple method and it kinda works. So this green plant on the corner, if you don't recognise it, it's parsley, and just a few little plants like this dotted throughout the garden, that supplies the kitchen with herbs for a lot of the year. There's a little black pot I've just been working on here. I completely forgot what was in it, but now I've remembered. Let's see if any of you guys know what it is. Pop an answer in the comments and let's see if you can get it right. I'm going to give you a little hint though, because this one's going to be quite difficult. The name of the plant is also the name of an animal, and this plant is also quite spicy. It's time to get back in the mouldy greenhouse again, and I'm going to give this a really good scrub, clean and disinfect, and get it ready for my tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers and anything else that I feel like growing this year that needs a greenhouse to grow. Some people say, Martin, you've got those shelves on upside down. Hey, you're right, I have got them upside down, but there is method to my madness. So you have a plant, this is outside, so this shelf is normally outside, so it gets a lot of wind, a lot of rain, and gets blown around quite a bit. So I've got that there, wind blows it, it's a lot harder for it to get blown off the shelf, because like I say, these shelves are upside down. They should, by rights, be like that, which is crazy. Okay guys, I want you to tell me what you've just seen me do that would qualify me for a Darwin Award. Well guys, thank you very much for watching. That is almost a wrap for today. Part 2 will be coming soon. Please stick around for the before and after pictures coming up shortly.